Hi, Adrian here from BT Fitness. We have a home-based kettlebell workout for you today, mainly based on strength with some core work. If you have any injuries or health issues, please consult your doctor prior to participation. You really need a kettlebell, but you can improvise for most of the exercises. So we're going to start with a little warm-up, okay? And it's not such a cardio workout, it's a strength-based workout, so we don't have to do too much for the warm-up. So we're going to start with some squats, okay? 1, 2, 3 and go. So try and get into good habits for the squats. First action is to bend from the hip. Breathe in on the way down, breathe out as you come back up. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Okay, so then we're going to a lunge. When you do a lunge, you keep your feet hip width apart, make a big long step, and then push back up. And we'll alternate legs. Ready? Go. So you don't have to go down the full way initially. What you're trying to do is to go down low, push back up. Try to keep the knee in line with the ankle. Now we're just firing off the muscles, leg muscles, glute muscles, to get ready for the work ahead. Okay, well done. Okay, so from here we just make some circles. When you're making circles, we do 10 backwards, we do 5 forwards. Keep your feet moving, straight arms, and change direction. Okay, we're going to a little bit of stretching. Okay, so bend your knees, we stretch the back. Bend your knees, come back up. We start on some leg stretching, hamstrings. Little movement on the stretch, and your body is right over the middle of the leg. Change legs, leg in front, sit back, lean over. Feel the stretch first, and then move your body. You're moving your body down, up, down, up. A little bit deeper into the stretch each time. Good, we're going to a lunge stretch, a big long step, back leg straight, push through the front knee. Change. We're going to a groin stretch, to the side. Okay, bend one side, push down. Feel the stretch first, and then some movement, change. Okay, a couple of arm stretches across. These are quick stretches, keep your legs moving, don't cool down. Change. Behind the head. Change. Stretch behind. Your lat stretch the sides, feel the stretch, underhand helping, and then pull. Change. Okay, so we have an 8 kilo kettlebell and a 12 kilo kettlebell, and we're going to mix it around between the two of us. Okay, just a couple of little pointers. When you're picking the kettlebell off the ground, you have to clean it, okay? So not going down around it. Here, natural arch in your back, bend from the hip, and you keep this arch on the back as you lift. Okay, so we lift, okay? When you're doing a kettlebell squat, you lift the kettlebell up and you hold it around the round part of the kettlebell. Okay? Okay, so from here, when we start with a squat, first thing you want to think of is engaging your glutes. Then engage your core. So draw your navel slightly up into your rib cage. And then we do the exercise as we did in the warm-up. We're doing 3 sets of 12. 1, 2, 3, let's go. have your 12 done, take a little break, perhaps a little stretch. So we're working today on strength and endurance. Okay, so not too long gap, 25, 30 seconds, and then we go again. Okay, so from here, second set. Ready, 1, 2, 3, go. Use your breathing in on the way down, breathe out on the way up. Try and get as low as you can each time. Try not to allow the knees to come in. Don't allow the knees to come in. Okay. Make a little stretch if you wish. Okay. So remember, we're going to clean the kettlebell. Okay. So show you from this end. Sit down low, pick up, change the kettlebell grip to the rounded position. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, very good. So we're going to press up next, okay? So the kettlebell, we're just going to use it as a marker, so we lay down flat. If you want to go lower than the kettlebell, you can. But we're trying to go down and touch the kettlebell. So we can do it on the knees. You know, if you're not so strong or you're feeling a little tired today, down, touch your chest, push up. Try not to leave your hips up here. Try to make it easier. Knees in a bit closer, then go down. Want to make it harder? Plank position, whole body. So it really is depending on, you know, how much exercise you're doing, what your strength level is at the moment, and also how you're feeling today. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to do the first set myself on the knees. Okay, so when you do the exercise, have your hands a little forward of the kettlebell, your fingertips a little forward of the handle of the kettlebell, just facing away from you. Okay, when you then come over the kettlebell and try and go straight down. So you bend your elbow to the side and the body down, trying to touch off the kettlebell. On the count, 1, 2, 3, go. Breathe in. Now don't bang off the kettlebell, just barely touch it. Good. So back into a prayer stretch. Just leave your hands where you are and sit back. In this position you get a good stretch on the chest shoulder area. If you do a prayer stretch with the hands in close, it's more the lower back. We're working chest, shoulders at the moment, okay? So again, fingertips just slightly in front of the line of the handle. Come forward, you can do harder or easier. I'm going to try the harder one this time, okay? On the count, please. 1, 2, 3, and go. Back into your stretch. So again, so read your body. If you're feeling that the last exercise, the last choice of exercise intensity was too hard, drop it back 1. I was struggling a little bit, so I'm going to go back 1. Third set. Okay, tense your glutes. Please always remind yourself of this order. Engage your glutes first, engage your core second, prepare your breathing third, do the movement fourth. On the count, 1, 2, 3, go. too easy, switch it up. It's too hard, switch it down. Okay, so on the program we have 7 exercises and we've done 2, so we're flying along. So the third exercise is a kettlebell American swing. So when you're doing this exercise, please don't do it facing anybody, just if you're not used to it, in case the kettlebell slips out of your hand. Okay, again, when you're doing the exercise, it's important that you clean the kettlebell. So the kettlebell should be underneath your feet, like you're lifting any weight, not out in front of you. Okay, so you're using your legs as the main movers. So down and lift. Okay, so when you're doing an American swing, show you first, just go to a front of mark in case I hit him. From here, you push through your hips. Normally with a kettlebell swing, we go just chest height. If you're not familiar with the exercise, please just do that. And the idea of the exercise, you're using your glutes and core a lot, pushing your hips through slightly and slightly extending the back. But if you want then to develop it into the exercise we're trying, which is an American swing, you point the base of the kettlebell, the bottom part of the kettlebell here, you point the base of the kettlebell at the sky, or if you're indoors, the ceiling. So this involves a lot more core activation to control the kettlebell on the way back down. So please don't do it if you have a kettlebell which you think is a little heavy for the exercise. Do the ordinary one, which is chest height. Okay? Yeah. Alright, so Mark's going to stay where he is. I'll stay at this angle. Tense your glutes, engage your core. Okay, and we are doing 3 sets of 15 this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So back muscles are working quite hard there. As part of your whole core area. They need to work along with your stone muscles and your deeper core muscles to stabilize your back when you're doing the movement. Okay? So, if it feels too much, drop it down, just you're only lifting chest height, okay? So from here, second set. Tense your glutes, engage your core, breathe, try to breathe into the sides. Okay, pick the kettlebell up correctly, breathe in. Ready, 1, 2, 3, go. Be careful not to lose the kettlebell behind you. So you need to have a connection between your core and the kettlebell the whole time. Okay, so one more set to go. Take a breath, have a drink. So we'll be nearly halfway there now, so it's quite short, but there is some intensity. So, okay, so we go again. Remember, every time, good habits. Tense your glutes, engage your core, pick up the kettlebell on the out breath. Breathe in, ready, 1, 2, 3, go. Control the speed on the way down. Okay. So remember, I'm showing the technique, Mark is just a participant. So a little stretch. So we're on to our fourth exercise now, which is a one-arm row. Now this is a lat exercise. It's a back exercise generally, particularly the muscles along the side of your back, okay? So the idea of the exercise is we form, we engage our core very well. We form a good solid position where we're leaning forward. We don't want to lean forward too much, which can put excessive pressure on the back. We don't want to be too upright either, so kind of halfway down. Tense your glutes, engage your core, pick up your kettlebell, and from here, you don't move the body, you just pull down, breathe out, breathe in. Okay? So we're doing 3 sets of 12 each side. We're going to have no rest, as we're going to swap from one side to the other. Okay? So prepare, please, be ready. Tense your glutes, engage your core. Get your breathing ready. Next out breath, go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. So it's 12 repetitions. Elbow up towards the ceiling. So a lot of other body parts working as well to stabilize you, including the legs. Okay. So we go the other side, ready on the count, 1, 2, 3, go. Keep your breathing rhythm. Okay, short as a break. Okay, so remember, before you begin every exercise, good habits. Glutes, core, breathing. Good body position, make sure that's there, okay? Ready? Second set. Not too short a stance, not too long. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Just keep going yourself, get the second set done, make sure the setup is correct. So, kettlebell up in line with your stomach. Okay, so we haven't really mentioned the pace of the movement. Normally the pace is just a little bit slower on the way down than on the way up. So up for 2, down for 3, that type of pace. Ready? Last set. Tense your glutes, engage your core. Also keep your feet hip width apart. If you're too narrow, balance is an issue. Hip width apart, it's not. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Going yourselves. So it's like a sawing action. Okay. So we're on to our 5th exercise, which is a core exercise, okay? So we have nice soft grass here. Please use a mat if you are indoors or carpet. Okay, so it's a half sit up with a twist. For this exercise, the kettlebell is an assistant to the movement. It makes the movement easier. Okay, so we're sitting down. So we're working the central muscles, and we're also working the waist muscles, the obliques. Okay, so you're holding kettlebell. Again, you normally hold around the round bit, with the thumb wrapping just a little bit around the handle. I have fingers underneath, gives me better grip. Okay, so we're going to roll back, middle back touches the ground. We come up and twist, up, halfway, touch and twist, just about 20 to 30 degrees off the ground. Okay, you must keep your heels on the ground. If you cannot achieve this, there's two choices. First choice is don't go back the whole way. Okay, which is fine. The only problem is you're not developing any strength in the lower range of movement. Okay, so we're going to do 2 sets here, 2 sets of 30. So if you can't do the harder one, do 1 set, you go back as far as you can, up and twist, and do the second set where we're starting from the floor and just lifting one shoulder up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Breathing and timing of your breathing is very important. The out breath should kick in from the ground. The target is 30. We'll all have different paces doing this. So I have 10 to go. Okay, so we've one set done. Okay, so it's a short gap, and we'll do second set then. Okay, and then we'll be on to our next exercise. Okay. If you're stronger again, and you find this very easy, you can make it that bit harder by having one leg off the ground, say for 15, and then the other leg off the ground for 15. If you're stronger again, you can have both legs off the ground. Okay, so for today, hard day, so I'm happy with the one with the heels on the ground. Just kind of intermediate level. Okay, so we're ready. Tense your glutes, gauge your core. Breathe in. Now breathe in as you go back. 1, 2, 3, go. So just settle into your rhythm of breathing and just get the numbers done. Count yourself. Okay, very good. Okay, so we've 2 exercises left to go. The next exercise is a split squat, or it can be a split squat jump. So it's a glute and a full leg exercise. Okay, we pop up. Okay, so kettlebell in close to you, and we're going to a lunge position. Keep the feet hip width apart, and we bring one leg forward, nice long stance. So we go down, push up, down, push up. Try not to push back, more or less to keep the knee and the ankle in the same position. Okay, we're just going to do 6 each leg. Okay, and maybe for one of the sets, we'll show you how to add a jump into this, which will be fairly advanced. So we'll start easy, hip width apart, not too long, down and up. Change your mind, we're going to weight. Okay, ready, down. keep going, get this set done. Okay, slightly longer set. Okay, so if your stance is too short on this one, you just might be pushing forward on the knee a bit too much. Your starting position is the knee in line, and then when you go down, it might just come slightly backward, but only slightly. Okay, second set. So we'll keep going the same for this set. So into position, please. Make sure you have your feet hip width apart. Head your glutes together. Go 1, 2, 3, go. So if you have your kettlebell, there's plenty of arm strength required to hold it. Okay, so make sure you get down as close as you can to 90 degrees at the hip and the knee when you're doing the exercise, okay? So I'm going to do the third set the same.
Me too.
Hard enough, but for one or two of the mad people out there who wish to work harder, you go into this position here, down low, and you explode. It's not easy, okay? So don't come up too much, down low. So quick feet. And this is how you develop speed in the legs, particularly if you have an interest in sport. Also great for your muscle power, strength, toning, speed. So that's a choice, okay? And we're going back to our split squat now, okay? So, into position please. And we're doing 8 each leg. Okay, we've one exercise left, and it's a one-arm press. It's a shoulder exercise. Okay. Again, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can use something you can hold in 2 hands, tin of paint, washing detergent, something like this that you can push overhead. If you something you can grip, perhaps a tin of paint, you can push one hand at a time. But we're doing one hand. Okay. So when you're doing this exercise, you have to clean the kettlebell. So you get down into your position here with the kettlebell between the legs, hips low, and as you come up, you flick the kettlebell. So come up, flick. Okay, and then the kettlebell is called, it's in the rack position, with the kettlebell resting against the back of your arm. Okay, so from here, up, a little jump. What you don't want to do is to change your hip position, your back position here. When you keep this good position, drive up, lift the heels off the ground or the feet, and let the kettlebell flick into position, okay? Up. Okay, so off you go. Okay, so we're going to start, please start with your weaker arm. And we are doing a tough exercise, 10 times. Ready? 1, 2, so sorry I'm showing it. So it's a kettlebell press, so up. When you push it up, you push it over the top of your head. Don't push it out. Over the top of your head, back down below your ears. Don't tuck it in here so much, keep it out a little bit, okay? Ready, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so we swap other side. You can use the other hand to help it into position as well. Okay, ready. Don't allow your back to overarch. Okay, so you need to keep a good back position. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so it's a tough exercise. So when you're standing, it's much harder because when you're sitting down doing this exercise, you have the support of the bench you're sitting on. So much harder standing. The risks when you're standing is not having the core strength and losing your back position. So you have to be able to hold your back position. If not, you need to lighten the weight or do less repetitions. So do it in blocks of 4 or 5, little break and then add on. So we're going on to the second set. Okay. Tense your glutes, engage your core. Breathe in, as you breathe out, push. So short little gap, as it is, it's a tough exercise physically. Okay. So ready, other side. So breathe in, as you breathe out, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so one more set to go on each side. Okay, and then we're finished, other than a stretch. So it's not a particularly long workout, but it's quite intense. Okay, so last set. Okay, it's always good to see the finishing line. So tense your glutes, engage your core, bring the kettlebell up. I'm going to go sideways for you this time. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. So last one. So ready? Glutes engaged, core engaged. Yeah. Breathe in as you breathe out. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Very good. Okay. So very important to not to try too complicated exercises when you're doing strength work. Keep it simple. Make sure that you're not lifting too heavy, that you're able to maintain a good back position, and very important that you get used to the correct firing mechanisms. So always glutes first, core second. Okay, so always engage here, and also work on your core strength, separately, so that you have good core strength to give you the support that you need to do some of these exercises. We're going to finish off a little bit of stretching, starting with the upper body. So head down, stretching the neck muscles, pull. Okay, so we're rounding the back, stretching the upper back, and we're holding each stretch for approximately 15 seconds. Stretch behind, open out the shoulders, reach back, reach up. Stretching chest mainly. One arm across, focus on your breathing. So just above the elbow, pull. Change. Stretching triceps, which is the muscle on the back of the arm behind the head. The other hand in the air, grab above the elbow, pull. If you push your head back a little bit against it, increases the stretch. Change. Feet a little wider, lean to one side, stretch along the side of the body. Other hand helping. Breathing, change. Helping with the other hand. Keep the arm above your head, not out in front. So, hamstring stretch. So we're leaning over, so we sit back first, and then we lean over the middle of the leg. Up and change. We go into a lunge stretch with the feet hip width apart. What you're trying to do here is create length, so pushing the front knee forward, pushing the back heel away. Don't confuse it with a lunge by bending the knee. Okay, change. And once you feel the stretch, try and go a little bit deeper and focus on your breathing. And we'll finish on a prayer stretch. This time slightly different, the hands in by your side and try and get the head down. Try and sit back on your heels as much as you can. You can put your hands underneath your head if you wish. And focus on your breathing. Okay, hope you enjoy, okay?